Hello Gemini, welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. How's it going? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. My name is Kaya. I'm going to be doing your tarot reading for the full moon in Gemini. So for this full moon in Gemini, you're going to be feeling really energized because you are a Gemini. It's going to hit you pretty strong. So whatever messages I'm saying, you can take them tenfold. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I pulled an oracle message card to kind of get us started and see what we're focusing on. I got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, so I'm definitely seeing some big goals that you have in the future. And I read this really fun article on bustle.com that kind of went through the sun signs and what they can be expecting to experience for this transit, this full moon in Gemini. And it's saying to me to prioritize your self-care. And I think that you have these goals, but not prioritizing self-care is going to get you further and further away from them. So I think the real trick here for this full moon in Gemini is to make sure that you are taking care of yourself first. And make sure that if you feel overwhelmed or stressed or like, stop and take a minute. Maybe take a nap, take a bath, take a shower. Just take 10 minutes and just think and sit. Really get right with yourself, because you're only going to get yourself further and further from your goals. And I think you've got pretty hefty goals this time around. I think you're really hoping for some long-term success and you really want to put a lot of effort and energies into the future. But it's not going to come any closer, you know what I mean, if you're not taking care of yourself. So you don't want to be stalling out. That's pretty much what I'm getting. So I'm going to bring you down here to my stage area. Hello and welcome. Hello. And at this stage, I will just begin the reading. First, let me cleanse the cards with some sage. We want to make sure it's all about you. Clear all the energies. Just for Gemini, for the new moon in Gemini. I'm going to say Gemini 5,000 times in this reading. I should have a little count ticker on the video. All right, starting from scratch. Blank slate. Okay. All right, Gem. Hello. Geminis. You got long-term goals, but you're not going to get there any quicker if you're not taking care of yourself. It's almost like it's going to stop you from doing it, because all the work you're going to do, you'll be making mistakes here and there, and you'll have to go back and redo them anyway. So it's just feeling like, take care of yourself so that you can take care of the other things properly. You want to make sure you're really taking care of other things properly, right? And the only way to do that is to make sure your headspace is okay. Make sure you're in a good space. So what messages do we have for Gemini for this full moon in Gemini for making sure they're prioritizing their self-care? Self-care is so fucking important. 10 of Swords. Don't worry. We'll get into it. It's okay. 3 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. I think you've been partying too hard. I do. I think too much of a good thing is kind of keeping you stuck a little bit, not able to really move into the next phase. So with the 10 of Swords, I'm just seeing like you're feeling defeated, you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling like it's just too much at once. No self-care. This is like the card. If there's a self-care card in the deck, this is the exact fucking opposite of it. You've just been going. Too hard. Perhaps you're going, drinking too much, partying too much. I don't know if you're social distancing. I fucking hope that you are. But you're like, you're on the phone with your friends way too late, drinking a bottle of whiskey or something. You're just like going at it too much alcohol, too much pot. You just feel like chain smoking. You're just feeling like it's a little bit too much, and you're not getting any closer to your goals because you're not taking care of yourself. It's too much with the shit that you're doing. And it's slowing down your progress. I see this guy moving into this phase, but he's, this is the slowest moving knight in the deck, the Knight of Pentacles. He's got a plan. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's doing. That same goes for you. You know what you want. You know what the plans are. You're just not giving yourself enough self-care and space to really start to push through and move forward. So things are moving slow because of it. Things are moving slow. So let's just get some clarity on these individual cards. Messages for Gemini. get some clarity on this Ten of Swords. I'm feeling like you've been feeling defeated, depleted, especially if we're talking self-care. You're just fucking exhausted, man. Maybe you're even sick right now. I don't think it's the coronavirus necessarily, but like maybe you're just sick and you've like overdone it and it just ran you down into the ground and you're like, you got to take a couple days. Right around the 22nd, I'm seeing like, whew, just over too much. You've overdone something and it's gotten you to a place where your body is now forcing you to rest because your Mercury ruled ass does not know how to choose to rest. It only knows how to be forced into it under circumstances that you've created yourself. So let's see here. You need to fucking rest, but you're being forced. Let's get some clarity here. The Five of Pentacles, the Hermit reversed, and the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you're healing from something. Could be sick. You know, could just be that you're sick. Could be that you've gone through some sort of a little bit of like a painful thing, maybe a heartbreak. And now you're kind of getting back into yourself. You want to rebalance yourself with the Two of Pentacles. And the only way that you're going to do that is to just go within and rest. This is like forcing you to rest. Forcing it. It's not a fun one. Like if this were the Four of Swords, which is like the meditation and rest card, I'd say you guys are having an easier time with it. But this is like you're being fucking forced to the ground. You're being forced to lay there. You were killed in a way, you know? And because you got to heal. You got to heal from it. You got to walk away from all the shit that you just created for yourself. And you have to go inside and you have to think about it. You got to take some time to be introspective about why it is that you did that. And, you know, you're doing the pendulum swing back and forth again. Geminis are, you know, the twin sign, the dualistic sign. So you've got the really upbeat, lots of manic energy. And then the down, like lame-legged fucking, I got nothing for anybody. And you're in that zone, like right around the full moon in Gemini, I think. I think you're in that like down zone. And the only way you're going to balance back up is by doing that, because that's the way that you live your life, is going ping-ponging back and forth between the two. I think there's another way. I hope that you know that there's another way. But this is so far what your process is. That's what you're typically doing on like a weekly basis almost. You know what I mean? It's doing things that force you to rest because you don't know how to ask for it or accept it yourself. All right, let's get some Three of Cups energy. I am seeing like overdoing it, being a part of what's forced you down. Overdoing it, partying too hard, your manic energy kind of translated into like lots and lots of energy, staying up too late, too many days in a row, not drinking enough water, you know, like you're dehydrated, I think. Also, you're not paying attention to that. You're not self-caring. So let's get a little bit more energy here, please. Clarity for the Three of Cups for Gemini for their new moon in Gemini reading. What's up? What's up? What's up? Tower reversed. Knight of Cups. Emperor reversed. You better get your shit together with this, Gemini. I think you are. I think that it's going to fuck up your work, your business. These plans, these goals that you have for the future have a lot to do with work and running the show. Tower reversed is like you're avoiding the inevitable. You're avoiding the inevitable tower moment. You're avoiding changing your ways. You don't know how to balance not being those two drastically different energies. I think you really want to. You feel it like all the time, especially now that you're in the down zone. You're feeling it. You're really feeling like, oh my God, I really wish I could just balance things out, right? Because when you're down, you always look at things like, how can they be better? When you're up, you don't even notice it. And it makes it so much easier to ignore having to make changes because you're like, oh, I feel great again. I have no reason to change anything. But you're feeling down and you're really feeling like these things are affecting your job and your work and your ability to really create things that you want, your long-term goals. You're feeling bummed about it. I think that you're having a good time, but you're using that to ignore some other shit. You know, you're letting it kind of distract you. You're using a lot of distractions. I don't think this is fun for fun's sake. I think this is fun for distracting yourself and forcing you into rest because you have a hard time. It's time to change that around. It's time to stop ignoring this change and really work on giving yourself rest and asking for it and forcing yourself into it, whether you fucking like it or not. Gemini, you have to do it. It's time for it. You're feeling, you can't do this to yourself anymore. You can't go through these cycles. Because it's slowing down your progress. It's slowing you down. You're not getting to that 10 of Pentacles any sooner. It's reversed. You know what I'm saying? If you can work on these things, that you will uprate this energy for sure, and it will become a reality much sooner. You know, the 10 of Pentacles is about long-term growth and wealth and legacy and, you know, things that take a long time to grow. And like I said, you're not getting any closer to that by, you're not doing yourself any fucking favors, basically. You're slowing your progress down. So let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles, please, for Gemini, for the new moon in Gemini on the 22nd. Feeling low. They're feeling low right now, and they're waiting for their swing back upwards, but I think it's better to do some gradual self-care instead of just waiting for your energy to spike back up. You got to do some gradual, caring, tender, loving to yourself. Make love to yourself, Gemini. Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands. I don't know that you're going to take my advice, you sons of bitches. Damn it. I don't know that you're going to listen. Because it's really in its infancy, this feeling. It's really like easy for you to ignore it. It's here. It's here when you're down, but when things start to spike back up, it's easier for you to just not really pay attention to it. And you almost like hate it. You almost like talk shit about that part of yourself. You know, you're really hard on yourself about those times when you're down and you don't like your feelings. You don't like your feelings. And you're mad at them. You don't have to be fucking mad at them, bro. You're mad at them. I mean, unless maybe you have some water sign in your chart and you're not just all air or fire. You know, I do think you're feeling kind of mad at yourself for that feeling of like being like, oh, I want to make changes because my life feels so crazy and blah, blah. Like you feel like that makes you seem whiny or something. And it's keeping you from really, you got to stop being so hard on yourself. You got to stop talking shit to yourself because it's keeping you from harnessing this Eight of Wands upright energy. Bloop, bloop. That's the like fire. Let's go, let's go, let's go. New action, new changes, new things happening. It's reversed. So that's what's taking so long. You're talking shit about yourself. You're going through these back and forth things, and then you're fucking hating on yourself about it instead of just accepting like self-care. I'm talking self-care beyond just bath time and wine time, because that's not technically self-care. The wine, I mean, the baths are. But like self-care also means being nice to yourself and loving yourself. That's the whole idea too. So you got to stop talking shit about this side of yourself, the emotional side, the side that gets whiny, as you say, when you're feeling down in the dumps. You're not being whiny. It's true. It's a really hard thing to spike from all the way up, all the way down. It's hard. You don't have to feel like you sound like a whiny piece of shit, because you don't, because it's okay. So you got to stop it. Be a little bit more nice to yourself, because that's what's going to help you kind of move into the next phase and the next direction, because without that, you're moving slow. Your progress is coming slow, 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 because you're going to just keep going, and then halting, and then falling backwards, and then having to redo the work that you did when you were manic and up, because it wasn't done correctly. You know, and that's no way to progress, is like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. So you get there eventually, but it's just like taking way extra effort, way too much. It just doesn't feel, you know, necessary. It's kind of, you're kind of doing it to yourself, I think, a little bit. So the new moon in Gemini, there's going to be kind of a culmination of that feeling, but it's the same cycle. Kitty, don't even think about it. He loves this goddamn plant. There's going to be like a culmination of this cycle. You're going to keep going through it if you don't learn from it, but you know, I can't stop you. I can't stop you. All right, Gemini, let's put a bow on this bitch. Let's tie it up. Self-care is super important for getting you closer to your goals. Super important. I don't know that you're going to listen or take my advice. It's up to you entirely, obviously. Get down. No. But either way, we got to look at it, right? We got to get some wrap-up cards. So it's just some overall cards, maybe some messages we missed that we weren't privy to earlier. Magician reverse, that's you, baby. And the Ace of Cups. Your Magician is reversed, my friend. That's your card, Gemini. And he's not at his top performance. He's not manifesting the things that he wants. It's definitely blocked. It's definitely taking too long. All this emotional abundance is super important for you. You have to be nicer to yourself. You have to learn how to forgive yourself and be okay and not look at yourself like you think you're being whiny when you're sad or whatever. You have to use the emotions that you experience in your downtime to thrust you forward and erect this Magician and make him manifest what he wants to manifest. He wants to manifest this 10 of Pentacles upright. That's what he wants. That's what you want. You want your legacy intact, but you're not going to get any closer to it again if you're fucking around. You need to use your emotions for good. Use them for your self-care. You have to really focus on your feelings and be nice to yourself and kinder to yourself. I really think that's the message. I really, really do, especially since it's just the Gemini card just came right out the gate saying that, you know. So yeah, that's my suggestion to you. Thank you so much for watching, Gemini. Take care of yourselves, for real. You take care of your emotions. They're just as important as any other part of you. You're not going to get any further in life without them, you know. Thanks for watching. I said that already. Like, subscribe, share, comment, or you can, you know, if you know a Gemini that you think this message, they need to hear it, please send them my way, of course. I will let you guys know about my next upcoming videos. It's in the description box. My personal readings, where you can access those, are also in my description box. And then I'm also going to add the bustle.com link to the article that I read that like kind of sums things up for all the signs for the new moon in Gemini. So I hope that interests you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. And Gemini, I will see you next time. Bye.